Did you have a chance to
Yes, I did.
look at that stuff?
Mm-hmm. So I checked out these things, and what we've got is, the grace and life path, of course.
Right.
Let's land you in the soup with friends and a problem.
Right.
And so that's all excellent, right? There's no big, and you also said, hey, let's do that first. Now that now you're going to make up, you've already got a jump on your powers, so you've kind of been nudged.
Right.
I mean, either you're going to develop that for maximum effect, or you're going to have a cool sideline in magnetics or something in addition to whatever else you want. So whatever. But the point is that you've got a nice little jump on your guy. You've got you've got some geographic background. You know kind of what region your character's from, or at least grew up in. And a lot of those things make a lot of sense. And from that point on, point build structure is obviously a lot easier. You have a notion. You're like, wow, I'm looking at my guy. So far, it's going to be cool if they're super strong. So let's go off and do super strong stuff. I get all that. Now I'm looking at the agendas that you've got. And this is kind of the interesting point. Before we look at their content, because I want to talk about their content.
Okay.
But let's look at some other things that you've told me about the game.
Okay.
You've told me that institutions of society have scores, have attributes and skills, for lack of a better word, right? They have abilities.
Right.
So that means that you could, for example, roll to see whether the the Democratic National Committee pulls some shit off today, right? Or something. Right. So you have these things, and they have, well, for lack of a better word, agendas which are intrinsic to their existence.
Right.
It's synonymous to say that the American Enterprise Institute wants something. That's what it is. It is the expression of wanting those things. So it's just intrinsic to it. It's the power that it has to do it. So so you've got those, and it seems to me as though the agendas that you've been focusing on are about white wolf factions trying to Vulcan nerve pinch each other.
Sort of.
I mean, that I'm not. How am I going to put it? It's like all the agendas are about fantasy. They're about fantastic beings, fantastic fictional groups.
They are big. Yes, they are big, crazy things. Yes.
But how does that relate? Okay, this is why I want to try some numbers. I just want to put that out there. You've got those factions or those groups and entities out there.
Yes.
And each character has a beef with one of them, and collectively they all have a problem with one of them, whatever it is. Do I understand that correctly?
Sort of. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we have to generalize it, yes.
Okay. So then, let's take a look at how this changes. I've got an agenda against, name one of them. Name a good one.
Okay, like let's say you've got the Elohim versus the Angelos, or the Chimerans and the Atlanteans, or User versus all of them, or something like that.
Right. Well, but that's
October.
Well, wait. I could be a member.
Right. Are you talking about the agendas that I had written in that new document that I sent?
Yes, exactly. If I actually roll on those, then I'm going to end up with one of those agendas, and I will be, for example, all about taking down the Elohim or something like that.
Right.
Right.
Well, the way like it works in that document, because right now the whole like agendas thing is kind of like mercurial. It's changing right now because I'm still trying to formulate and change it. But
Right.
But what I came up with this iteration around was that I would make these, because the game can be played in any era of play, different eras of play, not any era. So I decided I'm going to focus on the modern day era. These are going to be the agendas that are going on around the world.
Right.
What I would do is then I would give you those agendas. Then I would write up a key for the GM. This is what this agenda is basically about. And you as a player, you would see your agenda, but you wouldn't know exactly what was going on until you hit basically like thresholds of, okay, we've all this much of agenda, we know this much.
Okay, well, hold on. We're getting into the mechanics, and there's only now. I wish I'd rolled one up. Grab the file. All right, let's do this. Let's do this because I'm tired. We got to do this with a thing. I can't say what if anymore. We got to work with so.
But let's say you roll on your origins and you are.
Hold on, I'm doing it right here. No, see, none of this. Let's say. You got rolls. Let's roll. So.
Okay.
I got me on the first table and 9, and 2d10.
A 9. Okay, so yeah, you served in a court in Egypt, probably in 1450 BC.
Right. Okay.
And you learned from the Elohim and got 10 points to go toward cosmic manipulation.
Oh man, because you just like put that one in 9 just to make me happy, didn't you?
Okay. No, that is it.
Okay,
that is it.
So then,
cosmic.
Right. I'm good. I'm good. All right, next table.
And then, right, then you go on to your solo advance in the current age, and then you roll.
The guy and I do roll, and I get me a 13.
Let's see, a sentient storm sweeping across the Midwest. You and someone else managed to stop it. So you get, plus 5 points to 1 power and plus 5 points to your skill, and unlock the Rapture Conspiracy. So that is an agenda that you have for your first roll.
Got it. Yes.
And then you would roll again on that same chart.
Oh, same chart. Okay, 12 this time.
Several thefts of cutting-edge cloning technology. It seems like the Rand Corporation, the corporation that made it, is actually behind it. Yeah, your sister was killed.
Ooh.
And you get to add 10 points to skills, and you get the, uncover the secret hidden agendas of Rand Tech.
Okay, so hold on. There's unlock and uncover. Are those different, or are those just phrasing of the moment?
Well, they're just different agendas. One is uncover the secrets hidden at Rand Tech, and the other one's unlock the Rapture Conspiracy.
Got it.
These names are probably changing later on, just because I want to be like titles in like a book.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Sort of, the. Okay.
Well, like when you read, like the Phoenix Saga, or
right.
Or the Judas Contract.
Right. Well, I'm thinking of those. I was also thinking of like thriller franchises out there. Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So okay, now we've got this like all the Tom Clancy novels have these sort of automatic titles, right?
Exactly.
So okay, then we've got the next roll.
Okay. And I think you move on to your one where you team up with someone else. These are ones that actually pull other players at the table.
Exactly, right. This is our personal histories together, right?
Yes.
And so in this case, I get a 7.
Okay, so then a 7 is Gen X secretly lands in Kazakhstan and holds the president and parliament hostage, basically gives away all the money and decides they're going to kill everyone. You and another PC stop the finale of this show. So you get 10 points to your skills, which is 7. And you get the agenda, the ecstatic nihilism of Gen X.
Ooh. Interesting. So wait, explain to me. I teamed up with Gen X, or I stopped Gen X?
No. You stopped Gen X. Basically, Gen X are just these maniacs who just go around causing mayhem and just do these bigger than life things, like basically take an entire parliament hostage, giving away, draining the entire coffers, giving people money, throwing a concert, and then bugging out. That's
fair enough. I'm having a hard time deciding why I didn't just go dance at the concert, but I'll figure something out.
Right, exactly. Well, maybe you did. That's just it, Right.
But
then you roll again, and that was with another PC.
Right. Okay.
Then you roll again.
Ooh. I don't know if you finished the table, but I actually rolled a 20. 2 10s.
That is the best. You get to choose one from the list above.
Oh, no, I don't.
So basically,
Okay.
you want to go ahead and roll again.
So the one I choose just happens to be 19.
Fantastic. Yeah. After the fall of Uruguay, Paraguay is next on Power Elite's hit list. Hyperion and several other superhumans take their stand in the capital city, and military and superhuman forces clash. But basically, you guys turn back the Power Elite and Aryan Superior with the help of 2 other PCs, so 2 other people at the table. Right.
So this is kind of like we're getting together kind of slowly, right, through the course of these things.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, right. So now all this is good. Now, now we're going to the agendas.
Right.
Did I get an agenda out of the last one?
You did. You got, you rolled a 7. You got topple the Power Elite for the last one, for the 19. And on 7, you got the ecstatic nihilism of Gen X. Now, roll one more time. Because,
well, hold on a second. Does that mean I'm against the ecstatic nihilism, right? That's...
Basically, it's just an agenda. It doesn't necessarily mean you're against it or for it. It just means that this is something that your character was involved in, you know about, and if it comes up again, you're like, wait a minute.
I know this.
Gen X, you have a history with Gen X and this particular thing.
Excellent. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt. What were you about to tell me?
No, that's fine. One more time, roll, because you have to roll 5 times on these charts.
And 5 is plenty. 15.
Okay.
Is that
one is... yes. Okay. Rand Technologies' planned moon landing was stopped. Was stopped on the launch pad by operatives working for. I'm going to end up changing this one by the Angelos and the Cathars. Chemical rocket explodes. Blah blah blah. So you get +5 to your powers and +5 to your skills, and yours are really disparate. It's funny because the way you rolled. Usually, or in theory, you should have at least one that you hit twice.
Right.
And that would be
that. Right.
That would be your top agenda.
Right.
You managed to hit 5 separate ones. So this one,
right. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but whatever. We just noticed that for the moment. Okay. Yeah. Let's pretend that the one that I rolled the 19 for is the top agenda.
Okay. And that was your topple the Power Elite.
Right.
So
let's say I hate those sons of bitches. Right.
Yes.
So okay. So therefore I've got mine. Now, isn't there one that is by definition shared by all the player characters, or did I misread that or misunderstand it?
Well, and the way it should work is that everyone will have their personal top agenda.
Right. So I'm Power Elite. Right.
Right. And then as a pantheon, you guys decide on what
then
you
we
guys
decide.
want.
Okay, good. So we would look across our agendas and say, given the order of these and how we came together, or just what we care about the most as players,
right,
we're going to grab that one as our group agenda. Right. So do these agendas, they don't have any... You mentioned about how they would change in value. What's the quantitative side of these things?
Well, that's the part that becomes Makiro, because like I said, I've rejiggered agendas like a zillion times to try to make it, one, something that is easily to grok. I want something where it's like, okay, we're at the table, let's figure this out. It's as easy as us doing this, doing whatever. Because I could make it really complicated and have all of these bells and whistles and
right. I'm actually trying to get away from that. I want to pare it down into its functional essence, right?
Right. So that's why I came up with this latest one. When I came up with the Life Pass, was here's the agenda for the GM. This is what the agenda is about, and basically give you 1 through 10, basically like a tracking number 1 through 10.
Right. Okay.
So let's say for instance, you got the agenda 3 times. You would have 3 dots on that tracking agenda.
I see. Okay, right now I've got 1 on 5, 1 in each of 5. Right. Got it. I got it.
Right.
Okay.
So once you get 10,
right,
then you get to decide what do we do with this agenda and how do we stop, or how do we break it, or change it, or do what we want, manipulate it.
Okay. Now, how do my points and agendas go up?
Well, through adventures. Let's say, for instance, as a group. We're sitting here. We're like, we're going after the power elite. I, as the GM, go, okay. I've got the power elite, top of the power elite. This is what they're trying to do. Okay, here's the adventure that I got.
Right,
you guys successfully complete the adventure. I can give you a point. Oh my God, you guys blew my mind with this adventure. I might give you 2 points.
Right.
And then that works your way up.
I see.
Okay,
so
then once
go ahead.
Once you complete an adventure, I don't know if you've read all the documents, but there's your myth. And that's where the postmodern mythology comes in, because the more agendas you complete, the more myths that are built up around you and your pantheon, even if it's not true, even if it's completely erroneous.
Right. I get that. Right.